Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today I'm on the way to work and the weather has been a little uncooperative lately, and we're gonna try to stop at a pond that I've seen a few times. It's a little pond, and because every now and again my mom asks me to stop and get at Dunkin' Donuts and get her a few donuts on the way to work, and there's a little pond behind the Dunkin' Donuts, and I mean little. And every time I look at it, I'm like, it's so pretty, I want to fish it. So because it's a somewhat pretty pond, I don't know if I'm allowed to fish it, but we're gonna find out this morning. Unless I have nowhere to park, that's where we're gonna go. If I can't park there and I can't find a way to get to the water that's allowed, because you know I can't just park in the middle of the road, then I will probably go to the doctor's office we fished a long time ago and see how that pond is doing. But yeah, I'll meet you guys at the water. Alright guys, here's the spot. Tiny little pond. It looks like it's got some pretty good depth to it. So we're gonna see if there's anything in it. We're gonna fish this side first, because that's the side we parked on. As long as nobody asks me to leave, this is where we're gonna fish at. And we're gonna start with just a little waxworm imitation, because that's just what I have tied on since last time we went to the swamps. And it works pretty good for bluegill as well. I just saw something maybe pretty large moving on the deeper side, but that could just be it. You see that? I didn't get that on camera, but that bird just dove right in the water right in front of us. And I wasn't recording. Our line's a bit short because we were fishing in that swampy area in the woods. So we may have to tie on a longer leader, but we're gonna go ahead and get this started. See if there's any fish in this pond. I mean, I know there's fish, but the question is, how big do they get? Ooh, that was a bass just fed on the creek over there. That's a good sign. Yeah, we're gonna need to put a longer leader on. Most definitely. Little teeny tiny guy. Loudby. You guys know what that is? That's a little flyer. That's the first time I've caught one outside the swamp. Huh. Interesting. That was really cool. Wasn't expecting to see one of those here. Alright guys, we are getting back to it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the rain is starting to rain this morning. We have changed flies. We've put on a longer leader, and we're gonna try a black and green style kabari. It's just a, I think it's guinea feather. I don't remember, but it's, now we don't have our leader super long, but we do have it longer than usual. Not longer than usual, but longer than it was. I don't want it too long because it is still pretty windy out here. And I want to be able to have some control. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that bird just dove in the water again. I can't see my fly. It's kind of annoying. That was a terrible cast, but I'll take it for now. Fishing it somewhat fast just because I don't know what species are in here. Another little flyer. Oh no, yep. Another little baby flyer. Another little flyer, guys. Cute little guy. We're gonna move down a little bit and we're gonna work our way. See that bird just diving in the water? Probably eating minnows because he's not a very big bird. We got algae all over our fly now. Thanks, dude. Cool. Got him. Nope, little guy. Another little flyer. A little bit bigger than the last two, but still just another little flyer. Little booger. Little booger. You're hooked good though. Ignore my alarm going off. Another little guy. Cute little guy. We're doing pretty good on time though. Alright, let's scooch down just a little bit more. Maybe not. Let's scooch down just ever so slightly a little bit more. Looks like there's a bass chasing fish over here maybe. I've seen him come up and do this a few times. Just, I don't know if it's a bass or maybe a big bluegill. Second time we've seen a fish jump right in front of us. Alright guys, we are changing to a peacock herl body with I think some saddle hackle for the hackle and then a little bit of pink at the front. So it's a nice mix of color and a smaller hook, so hopefully that gets a little something going. We had a nibble. Looks like we got another little flyer. Oh! And he's gone. We had a little flyer. We had 2 hits on the first cast and a catch, so I'll take it. Get all this goop off my line. Alright, let's move down a little bit more, guys, and we'll do a few more casts. Oops, tangled on a stick. The only stick within a mile, and I found it. We're going to stand up for a minute just because I'm tired of kneeling. I don't know if that was on camera, but that bird just dove down again. I'm guessing there's got to be some bass in this pond. They may be small, but they're chasing those little minnows, which means they're probably going to ignore my fly because it's not really what they're feeding on. Little guy. Another flyer. Go ahead and do some surgery on you too, bud. Another pretty little flyer, guys. I'll let him go. So funny how you can use a green fly and they'll go for it, but if you have a little bit of algae on your hook, they won't touch it. It's like they somehow know the difference between algae and a feather. Or even like marabou, which looks like algae, they'll go for that, but they won't go for your fly if it has algae on it. Little guy. Come here, little dude. Another little flyer. Starting to wonder that's all that's in here is flyers. Another little guy. Got little tiger stripes on him. You guys see that on the top? Really cool bands on him. Hey, dude. Another little guy. Ooh, you choked it, dude. Another little flyer. Come on, camera. Very little guy. Birds just tearing up those little minnows. The wind is really getting to me now. Another little guy. Now, another little flyer. Another little dude. I think we're probably gonna be calling it here in a few minutes, guys. I'm almost out of time. Maybe another 2 or 3 more casts, and then we are out of here. Alright guys, quick battery change. We are gonna try one more fly before we leave. We've only got like another 10 minutes. We're gonna try this pink worm. I think it's a San Juan worm. Just see if there is any bass out there. Maybe they'd be a little more open to eating a slightly bigger presentation. Granted, they, like I said, I think they're all feeding on minnows, so this might not be the best option, but I mean, it's better than nothing. the little guy. Little guy. Well guys, I think we're gonna call it here. This is gonna be our last little flyer of the day. Oh, he took off. It's gonna be our last fish of the day. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. This was a nice little adventure to get out and just see what was out here. And now we know. Well guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. And now we know what's in this pond, so we can quit torturing ourselves every time we go to Dunkin' Donuts. We know what's here. Bunch of little flyers, maybe a few bass. I was unable to catch them if there was. Where is mine? Oh, it's on this side. So maybe we'll come back at a later date with a different fly and a different presentation and see if we can get them on the hook. It's really cool to see the birds diving in the water though and eating the minnows. So yeah, we're gonna call it here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.